If you were in Matric in 2024 and are currently awaiting your results, you're probably wondering what are some of the things I should be doing or can be doing in this time, especially to make time pass faster. If that is you, this is the video for you, as we will be touching on things you can do while awaiting your results. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone and welcome to I Know You Know, your one-stop knowledge sharing platform for all things careers, life after high school, as well as opportunities that are available to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you can see when we post our next video. Now, congratulations if you were doing Matric last year, meaning in 2024, because that is such a monumental year in your schooling journey and you've worked very hard to get to this point, so congratulations to you. But as mentioned in the intro, you might be wondering what are some of the things I can be doing now, and without any further ado, let's get into those tips. The first thing you can do is reflect. Now, Matric was probably a very high pressure year for you, probably even more stressful than the other years, especially given the consequences of not doing well and so forth, and how that can be a concern for a lot of people. And so given how high pressure and stressful Matric was, a good thing to do would be to reflect on your journey. So here's where you can think around things like, what did you do well? What didn't you do well? What are some of the ways in which you grew in the past year? And what are the things you found easy? What are the things you found difficult? How were your relationships while you were going through this high pressure year for you? Who are the people who stood by your side and supported you? So reflection is something that we should incorporate in our everyday life and in everything that we do. However, it's not always easy. And now that you have this downtime where you haven't gotten your results, so you can't really do anything, this is a good time to take the opportunity to reflect on your journey and how far you've come. Also, it doesn't just have to be about the previous year. It can also just be about your schooling journey as a whole. And that reflection can also trigger you into getting and figuring out what it is that you want to do next. The second thing you can do is to explore your options. Now, regardless of whether you did well, whether you didn't do well, whether you did well but you maybe did not apply to any institution and that's what's stressing you out, there is a way forward for you. And luckily you are on the right channel where we will be discussing exactly that. So firstly, if you did well, if you think you did well, because you haven't gotten your results, if you think you did well, you can be looking into what your next step looks like. So this could be looking into what are some of the things you need to do as far as accepting your offers from the different institutions you applied at, and also familiarizing yourself with how to calculate your score so that you are able to actually figure out if you will make it into specific programs that you maybe applied for. If you think you did not do well, there are options that exist for you. So firstly is the second chance opportunity to get your Matric. We filmed this video before and we will be putting it in the description box where you can watch and see how you can go about getting your Matric certificate if you didn't manage to get it this time around. There are options and ways that are available to you, so watch that video if this is relevant to you. However, if you are considering alternative options completely, there is another video that we filmed where we discussed 15 things that you can do after Matric. And here we discussed the different things you can do. As we all know, a lot of people think the only thing you can do after Matric is to go to university or to go to a college and so forth. However, there are multiple things you can do. And if you are in a position where you haven't done well and you're considering what alternative options exist for you, this video will be for you. So check it out in the description box as well. And it's called 15 things you can do after grade 12. If you think you did well, but you're worried about the fact that you did not apply, or maybe you did not get into the institution that you want, we also do have a video for you called the CACH video, and this is a centralized system that was created by the government where they actually you can apply to this, and this is if you weren't taken by any institution, and once they process the applications that came throughout to them, they will allocate you to a university that still has space. Remember, when people apply and get the provisional acceptance, you might find that one person has 3 provisional acceptances, like maybe from 3 different faculties or even 3 different universities. Now, obviously, this person won't be taking up all those 3 offers. They will have to accept one. Even if they do accept one, some people might not take either of the provisional acceptances that they received. And what this means is that they will be about like a few spots left then. So for example, if you received 3 provisional acceptances and you only take one, then those 2 positions that were reserved for you will be free, and that means that there is an opportunity to allocate these spots to other people as well. And that is what the Central Applications Clearance House works on, and they essentially then allocate the students who did not get into any institution, and they allocate them to institutions that still have openings for whatever programs they want. So if this is you, watch that video as well for more details on how you can apply and also how it actually works. Remember, whatever your marks look like, whatever position you're in, there is always a way forward, and that is what you need to keep in mind. Tip number 3 is to prepare for results day. Familiarize yourself with what you need to do on the day. As you know, they will be publishing the results on the newspapers across the country. So think about whether you want to go purchase a newspaper. And if you are, where do you want to go purchase it? When do you want to go purchase it, and so forth? Think around what time you're going to go to your school to collect your personal results, and your report and everything, and your certificate as well. And think around what support system do you need on the day. Do you want to talk to a friend? Do you need an adult in your family to accompany you when you're going to school? What support system do you need on the day? Remember, the day will come and the day will go, and it is not the end of the world, regardless of what your marks say. And so thinking and preparing for results day is important, but also more importantly, thinking and preparing for how you're going to process whatever result you get and how to essentially overcome that day, because it will pass, as mentioned, and whatever your result is, you will have a way forward. So think and prepare for the day, but also think and prepare for the day after as well, because life will carry on regardless of what mark you got. Number 4 is to take time to yourself. Now, this is probably one of the only times, or rather maybe one of the final times, you'll actually have so much time on your hands and nothing to do, because you are waiting for your results. There's nothing you can do. Take this time and do the things that are meaningful to you, whether it's relaxing and resting, whether it's spending time with family, whether it's traveling, doing activities that are close to your heart, doing charity work, supporting other people that are younger or that are around you in your community. Whatever it is that is meaningful to you, this is your opportunity to take this time while you're waiting for your results to do these things. Number 5 is to build your life skills. As mentioned, you do have a lot of free time, and this is potentially the time you can use to build on your skill set. Learn that skill you've been wanting to learn but didn't have time because you were in school, whether it's like IT related stuff, whether you want to learn how to code, whether you want to learn how to speak better, whatever skill you want to pick up, this is the time for you to try and get it, as you do have a lot of free time on your hands while you're waiting your results. Last but not least, familiarize yourself with the different Matric passes. Now, you might already know that you can either get a bachelor's pass, a higher certificate pass, and different passes, or rather different categories of your Matric marks. We have filmed a video previously that will help you understand this, so we will link it in the description box. But essentially, you want to familiarize yourself with what the different passes are, so that on the day you know what you're targeting or looking for, or whatever mark you get, you're able to interpret it correctly as to what each pass means. So for example, when you get a bachelor's pass, it means that you are eligible to go and study towards a bachelor's degree. The same goes for like a higher certificate. It means you are eligible to go and study for a higher certificate and not eligible to go and study for a bachelor's degree. So depending on the pass, the type of pass you get, your next step will look different. And so it is important to familiarize yourself with those categories so that you know exactly what your marks mean on the day. awaiting your results can feel a bit stressful. So we also do have a video that we filmed about what you can do if you're feeling stressed or anxious about your results. However, we hope that you will be taking on these 6 steps that will help you while you wait for your results. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Bye.